Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. I know that I should be chillaxing right now, watching TV, and I am sure that you guys are just going to love my ongoing professionalism with these videos and how I prepare and do all of these things. Actually, this is just way off the cuff right now. Just had a thought thinking, hey, it's Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving morning. Tomorrow is Black Friday, and I love to just prepare for everything. And, so I started thinking, okay, well, we're coming into the next year. What should I be, tomorrow's Black Friday. I should be putting out some promotions, and I have not done nothing. I have put out some promotions. I put some promotions out yesterday for booking up for December, and I put some promotions out today for booking for December and through the winter, but I should be thinking on further for next year. And it got me thinking about my pricing, right? Like if I put out a Black Friday deal for tomorrow for let's say, hey, 10% off your stay or 15% off your stay or 20% off your stay for anything that you book up into the next year. If you do it, by the end of Cyber Monday, right? So that we can get, a bunch of bookings in, see where we're at for next year, give people a platform for thinking, hey, if I'm going to book vacations, I want to do it with Martin Vacation Properties. It's urgent. You don't have time to look around. Let's go ahead and book. And you'd be thinking about doing this for yours, right? So we're not in competition against each other. We're in competition against ourselves. We're in competition against the hotels, right? We want to get business to our vacation rentals. It is just a different clientele, just depending on what you want to do. I spent yesterday eating Thanksgiving dinner with my sister in a cabin that she rented out in Wares Valley. You can't cook a Thanksgiving dinner inside a hotel room, where you're sitting on, it's like pick your spot on the queen size bed and we'll nuke you a hungry man dinner. No, some of them are actually better than that, and they have upgraded microwaves and some couches and desks and things like that. But hey, let me get back on subject so I don't chase rabbits and go all over the place. I got thinking about pricing and things that I should be doing, and it got me thinking that I need to be thinking about my next year's rate strategy. And when I say rates, right, most of us use revenue management systems. And if you're not using a revenue management system, you should be using a revenue management system. Unless, you got to weigh it, right? If you've got 250 properties and you're thinking about how much revenue you bring in, and 1% of that revenue could be a ginormous amount of money, which would make sense to you to either, call up the revenue management system place like Beyond Pricing and negotiate that fee that they're going to charge, or it might just behoove you to have some really good person be able to do that for you and hire that person. I wouldn't do that. I would still want to go with the algorithm, and I would want those rates to be changing dynamically as I go through the year based on events. But what I am talking about when I'm talking about thinking about your rate strategy for next year is, based on, and sometimes these things have to change in the middle of the year. This year I did lose a lot of money in one of my properties, and it was because I had a similar property, and that property had a lower start value in my revenue management system, the value that you start with, that everything is calculated off of. And, so it had a lower, and so it was getting more bookings. Well, the previous year I had made more because I was testing out getting more, setting that rate higher in a property that had similar features, right? So in the middle of the year, I did have to come in and lower that price. But what I got thinking this morning is you really need to go in and get that price set up and ready to go in probably October. You need to be thinking about what's my pricing going to be for the next year. And so you're getting that all set up so that whenever you get to Black Friday, you're not wondering, oh, okay, I need to go in and make these decisions today and set my price for next year and go ahead and put out my Black Friday deal. Now, if you haven't put out your Black Friday deal, I would go ahead and do it. I would go ahead and just take a shot. I would not do nothing. I would take a shot at setting that price to what you think you're going to want it to be for the next year, and then going out ahead and throwing out your Black Friday deal and getting some bookings based on that. Because if you do end up getting bookings, at least you're getting it based on what you were wanting. The worst thing you can do is put out the Black Friday deal based on this year's prices and get a ton of bookings at this year's prices and lose the opportunity to make more what you could have gotten. So I'd also suggest that whatever prices you are doing, you are giving that 20% off. So, that is going to be, these bookings you are going to get are going to be at a lower value. You may feel like you want to do that. You may feel like you wouldn't want to do that. Some of the things that you could do is you could put a Black Friday deal out, and I think this is the strategy I'll probably go with. I don't really want people booking a year in advance a lot of times, and just based on, we don't know you never know what's going on with a property, right? And so if you get a lot of bookings out, and I've had this happen where you have a lot of bookings out in the way into the future, and something happens, and then you gotta scramble and get all of those reservations moved around. So you wouldn't want to do that. So one strategy for Black Friday deals is you might want to, I know in the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Townsend, Wares Valley area, our slow times are kind of January, February, even March is like a slower period. May, August is a slower period. So what you might want to do is put your promotions out for those specific times. So now on a Black Friday deal, I wouldn't go stretch it out probably to May, and I probably wouldn't stretch it out, as far as August. But what I might do is I might take, December, January, February, March, do like a 4-month, 3-month kind of thing. Most people book in that 3-month range anyway. So, you just go and do something like that, like a December, January, February, March, or December, January, February. Throw a really good, deal out there and get some bookings for those slow periods. I would sometimes, you would say this is probably another video, but, you guys comment out here, and I would like to know what you think, because my mind changes every day on this. Would I rather have somebody in the property, even at a lower price, or would I rather just have it go empty and not deal with the problems? Well, today I feel like I would rather have somebody in the property and making money instead of not making money at all. So I would rather have somebody in the property. Now, generally in the past, or at least for the past 7-8 years for myself, we do renovations and different things in these off months, so getting ready for the season. So I actually like it to be a little bit slower, and I don't push trying to have a lot of reservations. But now, I don't know when this video is coming out, and if you've heard some of my announcements and how, who I am and things like that, you can go back, watch some of the videos that I'll be putting out or have already put out about myself and what I'm doing. I am Anthony Martin with Martin Vacation Properties here in Pigeon Forge. I have recently started the channel Host Possible, and that should be where you're watching this. And I have just recently left a position running a couple software development teams for a large corporation. And I've done that and, tech stuff for 15 to 20 years. And now and for the past 8 years, I've actually owned my own vacation rentals and done a little renting for others. Now that I've left that position, I've been doing a lot of construction and things like that on some of my properties, and I've got that all wound up now and done. And now I have made the decision, because I was like, oh, well, what do I do? I've built a vacation rental software for back office stuff, and called Vacation Back Office. So you can check that out at vacationbackoffice.com. And I decided, well, let's just build our vacation rental company up, right? And I'm going to kind of vlog it, video log everything that I do to build from the start, right, to building up this vacation rental company. Now, I'm a little bit ahead of everybody. I understand I'm ahead because I already have vacation rentals. I've built a software. I have, knowledge of this. But as far as, going out, having an actual, where I have a business plan where I'm adding new owners and, servicing other properties other than the ones that I own or for personal friends or contacts that I've had. I haven't done that. So, and I know that anybody wanting to get in the vacation rental business or folks that have bought properties and have got into renting Airbnbs for themselves, they might want to go on to full time and understand what it takes and see what the pitfalls are and things like that. And I'm going to vlog it. Interestingly enough, Host Possible is going to be a little bit more than that, as you'll see in some of these other videos that I put out. So go and check that out. It's going to be Host Possible is going to be a really cool thing. It's something that you can get involved with, and as a collective of hosts and stuff, we try to see what we can do as we crowdsource a lot of these potential things that we have that we need as a rental host. I don't know about you, but I love the vacation rental business, and I hope you found this video informative. And just tell you what, if you're looking for, live action sequences, the Mission Impossible type stuff, music, things, cuts in and out and all of that stuff, I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time doing a whole lot of crazy video editing. And maybe one of these days, if you guys all find this interesting and it grows a little bit and I can get some help, we'll get a video guy in here, or maybe AI can help me out a little bit. But right now I'm just going to try to bring you some valuable, interesting content. Not going to put a whole lot of crazy, time into scripting everything out and preparing and stuff like that, because I believe if I did that, I would totally run out of time. It wouldn't be as good a content, I don't think. And you guys wouldn't get as much content and value if I do it this way. When it comes to my mind and I think, hey, this would make a great video and somebody would find some value in this, I'm going to go ahead and make it. I've rambled on in this one. Most of them will be shorter and I won't ramble on as much. But hey, happy Thanksgiving. And if it's still Thanksgiving and if you're seeing this, halfway through the summer, then, hey, this is still good content. Hope that the vlog is going to good. Go watch my other videos. See you guys.